No, I did not run out of beer. No, I did not forget the time. Just a lot of family stuff, obviously, with my birthday being yesterday, guys. I've had to deal with a few family situations, people calling. Obviously, you guys know I'm, South American, so I had, South American people been messaging me like crazy. So no, I'm not late because I ran out of beer, people. What's going on? Happy Sunday, happy new comic book day, spec and new show. I'm joined by one amigo today. We got a special announcement, special, big, whatever you want to say. We got something we're going to talk about at the end of the show. So hopefully stay tuned for all of it. It's going to be a fun show. It's going to be a show. It's got a little twist to it in many ways. So, hopefully you guys tune in throughout the whole thing. Have your popcorn ready, your Coronas. I hope everyone's doing well. I know here on the East Coast, we've had some great weather in my area anyway. So hopefully everyone on the East Coast got good weather. I also want to thank everybody who wished me a happy birthday. Thank you so much for doing that. You guys didn't have to do that, but thank you. It's appreciated. Let's get the show going. Let's bring in the 5-time champ, Mr. Red Pill, Mr. Blue Pill. It is no other than Hyper.
What's up, man? Hey, yeah, listen, I already wished you backstage and yesterday, but again, happy belated birthday. This is like the third time I'm wishing you. So
hey, thanks, man. Much appreciated. Yeah, it was kind of cool. If you guys were paying attention, you guys also noticed that Mr. Key Issues was in my office taking videos of himself in my office while he was at my house. So,
he didn't break it. He didn't break in.
No, he was taking videos. Man, he was just taking videos, being like, "Oh, these are my new comics. I'm gonna throw out all this Iron Man stuff." I'm like, "Man, get the hell out of my office." But no, it was fun, man. It was appreciated. Like I said, everybody who wished me a happy birthday, much appreciated. It goes a long way. So thank you. So if you guys have been wondering why I haven't been posting as much in the last 2-3 days, it's because I've had to deal with a lot of family stuff and things like that. But the show continues. The show goes on, so I will be posting a bit more. Just had to take that 2-day break, and that's it. So yeah. So man, how you doing? Good weekend?
I mean, work's been killing me to the point that I actually had to work a bit yesterday as well, which is never great on a nice summer day. But it is what it is, man. But I can't really complain too much.
That's true. Not comic related, but really quickly, have you seen Fast and the Furious 5 yet? Or 9?
Yeah, because 5 came like a decade ago.
I was gonna say that came out like a decade ago. Yeah, have you seen Fast and the Furious 9 yet?
I have. You've already seen it?
No, I haven't. I
haven't seen it yet.
It's the number one movie in the world, supposedly, but yeah, I haven't seen it. So
yeah, you actually brought up a good point because I have to check what the restrictions are with my theaters here. Because I haven't been to a theater like obviously since the whole pandemic, so that actually would be a movie I would definitely want to see in theaters rather than at home.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So let's get the show going. Before we start the show, we always have a few friends that we want to talk about. So let's start it up. First up, we got Big B Comics, 3 stores, one in Niagara, one in Barrie, one in Hamilton. You guys know the ones I rep, the one in Hamilton and the one in Niagara. Check them out. They do a lot of great stuff, a lot of good shipping, a lot of people in the chat, a lot of people in the community, including Hyper. I believe Spiders Comics also have ordered from them, so they got a good rep. So you might be surprised on what they have. Sometimes they have some goodies that, you don't want to overpay on eBay. Mm-hmm. Next up, we got my man Jay, Mr. Bleecker Street Comics himself. Use code word Newbie Comics, #10, get 10% off. But you got to go to bleekerstreetcomics.com first. Check it out. He's got like 3,000 books on there. He's got the flea market here in Southern Ontario. So if you're around, make sure you guys go check out Bleecker Street. $10 a press, $5 a clean. And make sure you guys go check out my boy Deke, a.k.a. Mr. Derek, or the other way around, Mr. Derek, a.k.a. Deke, at Shape Stay Creative. If you need a logo, graphic, whatever the case may be, he's got it covered. Also, it was his birthday 2 days ago, so
oh, nice.
If you say that, maybe he'll get, maybe he'll do some extra, but hey, you never know. And we also got our friends at Mutant Beaver Comics, code word Newbie10, get 10% off. They ship everywhere. So if you're in the States, Australia, New Zealand, wherever, they ship everywhere. So, don't hesitate to use that code word. Don't hesitate to, get a few bucks off. So definitely something that I would take advantage of.
Yep.
Perfect. All right, before we start the show, let's just do a quick road call in the chat. Oh, before we do that, I want to address one thing. Team Nerd Herd just passed their 1,000 subscribers, so big shout outs to them. I was supposed to be on their show on Thursday, and I had to back out like last minute. I felt terrible, like super terrible. I messaged.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I messaged Steve. I messaged Ian, and I felt terrible. I was helping my mom move. We were coming from Niagara all the way to Kitchener and then back. So like it was a long day in the sun and this and that. So it was a little crazy. So I had to back out. So I apologize to them, but it's all good. There's no beef or anything. But I do want to take this time to congratulate Team Nerd Herd for getting up to 1,000 subscribers. It is a hard feat to get to. Those guys are really great. If you haven't checked them out, please make sure you do. Help them get to 15, 18, 2,000. Let's get them going. They're a great group of guys, very knowledgeable, friendly. Ian and Steve are, I consider them friends. I can't wait to go to Cali and visit them. They're good people. So make sure, Team Nerd Herd, go support them. Go check them out. They do a lot for the community. So make sure you guys go check them out.
For sure. Yeah, I actually did catch a bit of the 1,000 because I was supposed to be on it as well, but I wasn't able to make it for other reasons. But yeah, I was able to catch a bit of that. So yeah, it was good to see members in the community kind of giving their appreciation to Team Nerd Herd because yeah, they've done a lot for the community themselves. So it's nice to see community, showing their appreciation for those guys.
I felt terrible. I told them, I was like, guys, like I got home at like 10 p.m. and I was like, guys, I can't even open my eyes. Like I just passed out. And with the time difference, like it was going to be like 11, like another hour and a half for me to, so like I just couldn't. I felt bad, but
yeah.
I told them I'd make it up to them. So hopefully they take me up on my offer. But yeah, we'll see. But again, good guys. So make sure you guys go tune into Team Nerd Herd. And they got a new logo. They got T-shirts and everything like that. So go check it out. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's true because it took me a while to get used to it. Not that it's bad, but like when you're used to seeing one logo and then you see this other logo.
Yeah. It took me a while too because I'm like, wait a minute, what happened to the red thing? Yeah. So yeah, they're good people, but congratulations on their merch and their 1,000 and everything. So
for sure.
All right, let's do a road call and let's get the show on the road because people's popcorn is getting a little cold. So we got. First up.
Sorry. Hold on. Okay. FaceTime. What's up? Oh, I didn't even realize he was in the chat. Welcome.
He's always in the chat.
What's up, Tim from Ontario? Miguel Grassa. I think he just recently. I don't know if he opened up an IG account, but yeah, I just saw him recently on IG. So definitely give him a follow. Spider Comics from Australia. Welcome, man. What's up? Dan De La Torre, he was actually on Spinetics yesterday doing his Silver Age segment and talking about other stuff in the comic industry. So definitely give that segment a view. It was very informative, and I was happy to see him on Spinetics.
Yeah.
Zen Multiverse, another channel you should definitely check out. He does a lot of gaming on his channel, so definitely. Hey man, I'm a gamer too. Moonlit Comic, what is up? She was actually She, I believe, made her. I don't know if you'd call this a cameo or a full appearance, but she made an appearance on Team Nerd Herd, and then she made an appearance yesterday. So I guess Team Nerd Herd is considered a cameo, and then Spinetics yesterday was her full appearance. I don't know how you'd equate it, but she was on both shows this past week, her first time on YouTube.
Man.
So
yeah.
it was good seeing her, in on the tube. Just Cruz, another Canadian man. What's up?
Sam, Mr. eBay.
Resident Price Checker, what is up?
Oh man, what is going on?
Comic Aussie, another Canadian, right? I think we're a lot. Hawaiian Punch. I'm guessing he's from Hawaii. Joffrey Castro, what's up, sir? Empire Comics, he also has a channel on YouTube, so definitely check his stuff out as well. Sith Lord Lee from Spinetics. And Spark Comics, master of the FOC. And Azorus, another Spinetix member. So welcome, man. Welcome. Brick Boss 77. What's up? Bloop Comics. Yo, yo. Yo. Mountain Peaks Comics. Welcome.
Yeah. So if we missed everybody, or you're just tuning in the back, you have us going. Hello. You guys know the deal. New Comic Book Day, comic news, and then we have Newbie Spec of the Week, or is it Newbie Spec of the Week? So, like I said at the start, we got a few announcements to make at the end of the show, but this show will have a little twist to it. You guys will connect the dots a little bit later, but we got a fun show for you. Lots to talk about. New Comic Book Day, obviously, some stuff in the news. Loki episode 3, which I'm dying to get to because, man, I can't wait. So yeah, let's start the show. Before we do though, big shout outs to Spinetix, and again, they had Dan Delatorre the other night. He was on the show, our show, not too long ago. Great guy. If you guys don't know Spinetix, make sure you guys go check them out. Spinetix, Sith and those guys, they're my boys. Tune into them. They're great guys in the community. They just broke their all-time record. They went 8 hours and 16 minutes, I think it was. I think
it was actually 9 hours.
Oh, 9 hours? Oh my god!
Yeah.
Okay, so 9.
I think actually we went over 9 hours. I hear. At least that's what I saw in somebody's post. Yeah.
So I could have actually tuned in because I had an early golf tee this morning, tee time. So like I could have caught like the last hour. So yeah. But make sure you guys go tune in to Spinetix. Great guys. They always have great guests like Michelle, Moonlight, and Dan. Dan's always been very helpful in his knowledge and stuff like that. So definitely go check them out. 9 hours and 11 minutes. So new world record. That's crazy. I used to think like Drunken Chat with Mel V was long, but that's long. So.
Imagine if you had to watch Drunken Chat and Spinetix back to back. You basically need to take a vacation day just to watch both shows if they had back to back time slots.
Dude, that's crazy. But hey, they got a good group of guys. They hang out. It's cool. They got great guests and things like that. So tune in, support them. And if you're bored on a Saturday night, you're working, tune in, man. I sometimes when I work overnights, I got them going in the background. So always support my brothers over there.
Yeah,
let's get it going. It is showtime. We are going to kick it off. If you guys are new, if you don't know how we do things, we kick it off with New Comic Book Day first, comic news. We're going to talk Loki, and then we got Newbie Spec of the Week. All right. Hype, really quickly, I always ask, but like, in my opinion, it is a very light week this week. I don't know if you've had a chance to look at what's coming out.
There is one book that I kind of went a bit heavy on, but that's only my personal preference. I doubt a lot of people will be going heavy on this book, but you'll see. Just to give you a hint, it's in the other section, so it's not even it's not even a major publisher. So,
okay, yeah, I'm interested because usually those other ones are. Sometimes they go for big bucks, especially if you're like on the flip side of things. So yeah, let's. I'm interested to see what you got.
So I calculated my budget. Not my budget, like what I'll be spending this week. I'll say this particular book that I got a few copies of. It basically makes up half of what I'm going to be spending on New Comic Book Day.
Wow.
So just to give you an idea.
All right, I'm interested to hear, man. All right. Let's kick it off. First book up. We've got crossover number 7, and it's with your boy, Mr. Chip Zdarsky.
Yeah. So it looks like this is a new story arc, and Donny Cates was the one that was writing the first 6 issues. Now I don't know if Chip Zdarsky is a permanent writer in crossover or if this is just for this story arc, but yeah, I'm curious to see how this goes. If you read issue 6, there was a lot of notable cameos. Because the whole title crossover, people were expecting to actually see, people may have been disappointed because they're expecting, I guess, to see some Marvel and DC characters, which I didn't really think was going to happen. But you did see some notable. I'm not going to spoil which characters, but you did see some notable image characters on issue 6 of Crossover. So I'm curious to see how this new story arc takes place.
Yeah. It's an all-right cover as well. I mean, it's not the craziest or anything like that, but it surely beats that, I forget, issue number 1 where it had like 250 covers of it. But
possible. And Spark said that it's only Zdarsky's only doing 1 issue. Okay, so I guess maybe Case is coming back after that.
I think one of the biggest ones this week would probably be this next book that we're about to talk about. So we got Department of Truth number 10. I'm not so sold. Like the covers have been really great up until this point. Not a big fan of this one though.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of this has divided opinions. I know some people are really into this series. Some people they kind of fell off it after a few issues. It wasn't their bag. So this is one of those series that could divide the community, I find, in terms of where you stand on it. I am still pulling it. I still find it interesting. And this particular issue, I believe it does delve into, I mean, just by the cover, you can tell it kind of delves into the Sasquatch, Bigfoot kind of whole conspiracy, I guess you could say. So I believe that's where we're heading with this issue.
Listen, I don't do dinosaurs and I don't do apes on covers, man. I just find them really weird. It's like that Venom 9 one. Yeah,
with the
on it. Yeah, I just don't do the dinosaurs and the ape stuff, man. I don't know why. Not like I said, it's not the best cover, but I mean, we got what? We got 1, 2, we got 3 covers coming out all day. I mean, realistically, this is kind of how I was picturing the covers to kind of be. I really love that cover. That's
a nice cover, yeah.
Yeah, like you got the astronaut, you got like the CIA, the reptilian and stuff like that, aliens, and all that stuff going on right here. So like for me, this is a sick cover. I really like it. I get the whole concept on that cover A. It's just like from what they've done to that one's probably like my least favorite out of all of them they've done so far.
Yeah. I think I'm actually grabbing all 3 covers, I believe. But unlike you, actually, for me, just because little known fact, when I was a kid, actually, I think this is probably because I watched Jurassic Park. I actually wanted to be a paleontologist when I was a kid. Yeah, so for me, whenever I was really big into dinosaurs and fossils and all that, so whenever I see comics with like T-Rex and all that, that's kind of like my jam. So I'm actually the opposite. I actually like that kind of stuff on my covers.
I always wanted to be a marine biologist because I like sharks, but like I just could never get into sharks. Yeah. And then like I watched Shark Week and I always noticed that like they're like cool surfer types and there's always like this like one beautiful girl on the boat, and I'm just thinking, I'm like, man, that would be like such a cool life to live. But so
not even about the aquatic.
Nothing. And I don't even like seafood. I don't like sushi. None of that stuff. So like I don't know. It was just about sharks, man. So yeah, it was a little crazy.
I thought you were gonna say something like because you watched Baywatch and then that's when you wanted to become a marine biologist.
No. All right, moving on. We've got Spawned 319, and obviously, everything that's going on with Spawned. I mean, it's a little crazy. Last week, the Spawned 1 universe, I forget the title, so I apologize for that. But yeah, we got Spawned 319, 3 covers, the Todd McFarlane one. Not the biggest Spawn fan to begin with. I know our friend Mr. Key Issues is, so I know he's going to be probably picking up all 3. I'm going to be passing on this one.
Just because I picked up Spawn Universe, I'll be picking up this one because I hear this is also a good. This is gonna kind of set the table, I guess, for the stuff to kind of come for future Spawn stories. So, just because I kind of want to be on the ground floor to see where these things. I mean, for all I know, I might fall off it after a few issues, but I just kind of want to see how this plays out because it seems like it's a cool initiative that they're kind of branching out into different universes with Spawn. So yeah, I'll be picking. I'm not gonna be picking up all 3 covers. I might just stick with one. Probably.
You usually go McFarlane on these ones, right? Like
usually I go McFarlane, but not gonna lie, I kind of like this one as well with Violator. I don't know. I might go with the cover on this one.
Yeah. It's okay. Thankfully, no, not thankfully. That's a bad word to say, but like if Face was on the show, we would be probably talking about the 6 covers of Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Not on the show, so we don't really have to talk about it. But obviously, Walking Dead is super popular. There are still fans out there that love this. They did this. Didn't they just do this like?
For the first 6 issues,
didn't they just do this like 2 months ago or 3 months ago, and we were just talking about it, right?
Yeah. So it looks like this is the next set of 6 covers for these half-face covers done by David Finch. These are basically second prints of these issues that you're seeing. So, like the previous set, you're gonna have like the black and white 1 in 25 for all 6 covers. So. And I said it before, and I'll say it again. I'm not a big fan of how Image dumps all 6 in 1 week. It's almost like because I'm a completionist. Like, if I can't have one, like if I can't have them all, I just won't buy any. In this case,
yeah. I'll just say the 1 through 6, the 1 in 25 second prints were monsters on the aftermarket.
Yeah, because the thing is, most shops weren't ordering 25 copies of a second print of a reprint of a Walking Dead issue. So that's why if you see them, in the aftermarket, people were charging more for just because they were harder to come by. It's just that, like I said, just being like that minor OCD with my collecting habit.
I think we talked about it when they did the first ones, right? Where like, I feel like you're asking a lot out of people to go and buy all 6 issues and then possibly like say ratios at that. Where like I feel like more people would probably pick up all of them if they came out like maybe 1 or 2 a week, right?
Yeah. Like right now, I pretty much stopped collecting the deluxe. I just wanted to collect the first 6 issues just because it's it was just the first 6 issues of the series. The only issue I'm probably gonna pick up for Walking Dead is issue 19, which is the first appearance of Michonne. But I kind of fell off this because, like I said, it's a reprint. I've already read the series, so
yeah. And also saying 7 to 12 will be 2, but who is buying colorized Walking Dead? And then, of course, we got our friend Face. Me.
I guess Face. I guess Face just answered Ultra.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see. All right, moving on to Dark Horse, which I know that Hyper loves to talk about. I mean, we got the Far Cry, and we got Witcher's Witch. I mean, obviously, 2 video games. Hype, you are known to be, a gamer, right? You love the gaming comics, and that's something that's very popular. It's trendy, and no disrespect when I say trendy to it, but even you're not even picking these ones up, right?
I hate to be a contrarian, but I actually am. I'm not picking up The Witcher, but I am picking up Far Cry. It's a 3-issue miniseries, and the fact that they're focusing each issue on the main villain of Far Cry 3, 4, and 5. Like in this case, it's the main villain of Far Cry 4.
The dope cover, by the way. I love everything that's going on in this cover. I just won't buy a cover buy right now.
Yeah, I actually like this cover as well as the previous cover. If you play the Far Cry games, you know that the villains make the actual game. They're basically more of a cooler character than the actual hero. So I will be picking this up because it was a dope game, and I always thought that, and I didn't realize this, but there actually is a Far Cry movie out that was like a German foreign movie that was
was there?
The game. Yeah, it was like a German version of because the company itself I think is from Germany, and they actually made a Far Cry movie. It's one of those.
What year did it come out?
Early 2000s. It's one of those probably like those B-list kind of movies that may have gone to direct to DVD kind of things. But there is an actual Far Cry movie out there that's actually loosely based on the game, which I wasn't aware of. But I'm picking this up just because I was a fan of the game, and it's only a 3-issue series. So yeah.
Yeah, you can't go wrong if it's 3 issues, right? I mean, Face talks about that all the time. Or like when a series is like 4 or 5 issues, why not just kind of jump on it? Why would you kind of quit? And yeah, I agree with him.
Yeah.
All right, IDW, and we got something that a lot of people were very hyped on, but we got Kanto and City of Giants #3. Again, we just finished talking about it. It's short series, 3 books. I haven't been on this issue. I haven't been on this series, but Kanto is one of the hottest characters in the past, 12 to 18 months.
Yeah, and this wraps up the miniseries City of Giants. And this will actually bridge into the next volume, Kanto Volume 3. I forgot what the actual title is called, but it's Volume 3 of Kanto, which should be out in a few weeks because the FOC was last week for that one. So yeah, so this wraps up this issue. There is a 1 in 10 as well for this, for anyone that's wants to know. And yeah, and Kanto will, is still going strong, and I'm picking this up.
Yeah, I think right now you just have to ride the wave of like what's hot, right? Like Star Wars, Kanto, things like that. So
yeah.
All right, I bring this one up very quickly because Marvel Action Captain Marvel 10, not simply for this particular reason, but the 1 in 10s in this run, excuse me, have gotten very hot. I know drunken chat Mel V, he's always talking about it. The 1 in 10s. They did have Gwen
Spider-Gwen?
Spider-Gwen on it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what made it hot. I don't know what the 1 in 10 looks like in this one, but the 1 in 10s have gotten hot just for a short period. So if you do see them, I mean, it's not a bad idea. Just keep in mind too, though, it's a kid's book, right? So it's going to be in that kids section. So I don't know if shops are ordering 10 copies of it, but if you can find it, that ratio, not a bad idea to pick it up, because it has shown in the past issues that Wednesday to Thursday there are a few bucks to be made in that.
Yeah, it's and like you just pointed out, most shops aren't able to not aren't able to, but usually don't order enough to get the 1 in 10 because these series typically don't sell that much in their shops. So for that reason, even a 1 in 10 is actually going to be in scarce supply. So if you find one at ratio, maybe might be worth picking up. Obviously, I like you said, I don't know what the cover looks like, but these 1 in 10s might be something to look out for.
Let's see if I can do the number trick that Mr. Lucas taught me. Yeah, this is it right here.
I mean,
again, I wouldn't go crazy over this. I wouldn't chase it. I wouldn't pay more than like $5 for this, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the blue background kind of with the whole pilot thing in there, but yeah, I'm not really feeling it too much on this.
Renos, thank you. Oh, he meant happy. I was gonna say, I'm like, what is Jappy delayed? But yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it. We're not gonna talk about the Transformers, My Little Pony stuff, because let's be real, who's really picking this up? I will click on it.
You'd be careful when you say that.
I'm usually the one saying that. Well, Face is like, making fun of me or whatnot, but.
Yeah, there's clearly a fan base for this, because if you've seen the ratios, how much they sell for some of these issues, people are willing to pay some top bucks for these, because it is a weird mix-up, Transformers and My Little Pony. But no, yeah, man.
I remember when issue 1, like if you look at what issue 1 goes for, like I remember Mel V was telling me what they were going for. I was like, what? How? Mm-hmm. And it was a joke at first, but I mean, it's not like people. There is a market for it, so
And no uncanny swag. I'm not going heavy on this. I'm not a brony.
Next book that might be a little heat is Usagi Yojimbo. New series.
It looks like it's a mini series, because there was another mini series that I know, I forgot who did the writing, but I think it was still Stan Sakai, but Peach Momoko did those covers for the first 6 issues. So this looks like another mini series. It's not like the main series of Usagi still going on. We saw that first appearance of that new character Heat Up in the aftermarket. Yeah. This is just a new mini series that goes along with it. I know Face is a big Usagi fan, so
yeah, huge.
He probably
That's an understatement of saying big. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Face is saying this is just a reprint of another mini. So this is actually, it's not an original story, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't have any idea. Usagi Yojimbo is something that unfortunately I have zero information on, zero knowledge on. This is like up there with Star Wars for me. No disrespect to the Usagi Yojimbo fans, but yeah, just not a character that I've ever really paid too much attention to. So, is there going to be one of those where the
ratio
is going to be thing, or
as far as I know, no. Usually the 1 in 10s, I think they're reserved for the actual ongoing Usagi, but for this one, I think it's just regular covers.
Yeah.
There's not even a variant for this one. It's just a regular cover. Yeah.
Really quickly, we're gonna do Dynamite Pick of the Week, and again, this is just goofy. This is just having fun.
What in the world is?
No, this isn't the pick. This isn't the pick.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to see what was going on. I was like, wait, what? What's going on there? That's interesting and disturbing all in one.
That looks like Steve Aoki's with Vampirella in there.
You know what? I think I'm just gonna go with something classic, just something simple. Boom.
I thought you were gonna say class. I thought you said classy for a second. That's nowhere near classy.
No. This is just when you think of Vampirella, boom, that's what you think.
Yeah.
This is my Dynamite Pick of the Week. Again, it's just something fun that we do. She is holding chain, so hopefully no one comes out with that Bond stuff again. But hey, who knows? Who knows?
That's that outfit's holding on for dear life.
Listen, if they make a movie and she is, dressed like that, I will watch it. So,
And they're counting on that.
Yeah. So, Spider, Vampirella, always classy. Yeah. Kids love chains. It's true. All right, let's get into Boom here. And really, I mean,
I think you have that Basilisk #1 second print. Issue 1 kind of got not heat, but like people that read it did enjoy it. Another horror.
I was just gonna say, I'm like, I can't even remember. Like, it feels like so long ago that book came out.
It was only, I think, a few weeks ago, actually. But actually, no, I think probably was a few weeks, because issue 2 hasn't come out. Did issue 2 come out? I don't think issue 2 came out yet.
I don't think so either.
No. So yeah, this is just a reprint of issue 1. I actually still think there's copies of issue 1 out there in your shops, but I guess just at the distribution level, it just sold out. So yeah, there's that. I didn't pick this up. Like I said, I kind of have my fill already with a lot of horror series as it is in comics. But people that read it have said it's a good series, or good issue. Sorry, so far.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes, honestly, though, like I always say this. It's like, you have so many people do FOC, and you have so many people do New Comic Book Day. And then, like, hottest comics of the week, or like what's coming out. Like, there's just always so many books that, like, sometimes you forget, right? Like, and I know we do this show weekly and stuff like that, but like sometimes, like, your mind can get like, you kind of can forget about, right, this book came out last week, or this book 2 weeks ago. Like, sometimes it happens, right? And that's okay. I mean, I find myself saying that like a lot, where I'm like, wait, when did this book come out? Or like, hype. How many times have I said, blah, 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 issue 4. And I'm like, I don't remember talking about the previous 3 issues. Like,
yeah.
So
you were living in a time where, it used to be that second prints came out like a while after the first print, but now it's like second prints are coming out before issue 2. It's just one of those things. And the thing is, because it's the whole thing, supply and demand, right? If people will buy it, they'll just keep pumping it up.
Exactly. Exactly. What is Lasso saying? Oh shoot, Lasso saying, Newbie Comics, wave to say hi and thumbs up if it was a good birthday. It was a great birthday, man. 33. Yeah, I'm an old man now. So
hey, listen, some of us are older than 33, so watch yourself.
Yeah, it's I'm in Latin years though, so that's like I'm like 52. So
that's like worse than dog years then. If that's the equivalent of Latin years, if 33 is like 52.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Anything else on Boom side that you want to talk about? I know we have, Ed, Spectre, and Spectre's #5, Power Rangers, but I mean, we're not really the biggest Power Ranger fans. There's no connecting covers this week, so I know that's not something that you want to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the ongoing part. It's just the unlimited one shots that they're doing. So I guess this explores more of the Power Rangers universe. For Rangers fans, it's there. I dropped the series. We only find them when they're dead. I know some people enjoy it. I couldn't get into the art style and all that. It was too much. It felt like I was in a rave when I was reading this book. It was just too jarring for me. So I just kind of dropped it.
Damn, that makes me 108. Oh man. Oh boy. All right, hype. at the start of the show, you said that there was a comic in the other section that you were kind of going very heavy on.
Well, heavy in terms of I'm picking up 2 issues of each, and there's like 3 covers actually, and there's a 1 in 5, and I'm picking 2 of those up. So
okay, well, hey, I'm interested to see what it is. So before we get to Marvel.
Before we get there, because I just want to address this issue because this one, a couple of my guys are ordering. I didn't pick this up. Barbaric, #1. It's another. It's a. I don't know if it's ongoing or it's a mini, but it's a series that seems to get a bit of hype where it's like a Viking or a barbarian that has a talking axe, and they basically go around on an adventure kind of thing. And apparently that's got a lot of buzz to it. So.
Barbaric. Well, Spark's saying, Barbaric. He's
yeah, exactly. So a lot of people were kind of and also you see that Conan homage that third right there.
The problem with these is like you have to get like, and we always talk about this, right? Hype when we talk about these, and I'm sure Spark does too. Like these are, you're probably not going to find them in shops. Like you have to be on top, and you have to order like early because if not. Shops aren't really going to be, stacking this book. There's not going to be many people that know about what's going on. So you kind of have to watch your FOC shows like Sparks does and things like that to get this knowledge, right? So, and keys on the comic kingpins and stuff like that. So just have to keep, knowledge out there.
Yeah, like anytime you see a comic on the other section, that usually means like they don't have a dedicated section, and that's usually a section where if you see comics on there and that you really want it, don't rely on your shops to actually have it on the shelves that Wednesday. Like those would be the ones that you would definitely want to call your shops to order ahead of time because, like you said, like they probably won't be ordering. Although in this case, this series, I'm predicting that shops will order more copies of this because I'm pretty sure they would have got requests for this up to FOC, so it may have tipped them off that they may order. But yeah, I wouldn't risk it. Like if you want this issue, you may want to call ahead of time for it.
Yeah, definitely go get it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm interested to see what this book is, man. Like I'm actually
okay. So you have to go to the S. You'll actually know what it is when we go to the S section. Once you see it, you'll be like, oh, of course. And like I said, this is unique to me and my particular
Street Fighter.
There you go. Yeah. So I am picking up Street Fighter 2021, the sci-fi fantasy special #1. There's a cover A, cover
That's
B.
A wicked cover, though. I'll say that right now. That is a wicked cover.
Yeah, and there's a cover C, which is a sketch variant, which I normally don't pick up sketch variants, but because I have gotten commissions in the past from, I have gotten commissions before from the artist that did Street Fighter. It would be nice to have a sketch cover of this book that I would probably want to get signed. And Newbie, do you mind checking the 1 in 5? You might have to just put 95 as the last digit.
Dude, honestly, I thought you were gonna say, Newbie, do you mind checking the sketch variant? Where I was gonna be like, seriously?
No.
You want to look at a white cover that says Street Fighter? Okay, yeah. Sure.
But while Newbie's checking that, I'll just like the brief synopsis. This is basically just like little one-off stories of Street Fighter characters in sci-fi and fantasy roles and all that. So it's not just female. They'll have like Ken and Guile and some of the other characters. So the 1 in 5 I picked up because I picked up 2 of these because in the past these Street Fighter ratios tend to go up because shops don't. First of all, shops usually have these under their radar. They don't order enough of these even to get a 1 in 5 sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen like a 1 in 10 Street Fighter sometimes go for. Actually, even in the Lords of the Long Box, they mentioned a 1 in 25 or 1 in 10 go for like $400 or $500 for 9.8, and this was an issue that came out 3 years ago. So and the only listing I'm seeing for this on eBay, I'm already seeing it listed for like $30-$40 for 1 in 5. Because like I said, because people missed the boat on this one. And there's actually store exclusives for this. I'm not picking up the exclusives. I'm just picking up the regular covers in the 1 in 5.
But the 1 in 5 should, like, if you're ahead of the curve, right? Mm-hmm. And like you're a Street Fighter guy. That's like you love that. if you're buying like 1 or 2 copies here and there, I mean, it's a no-brainer. You'll be able to get that 1 in 5. I mean, it's just
when I spoke to my shop, I told him that I was already gonna order 2 covers of the regular covers. So I asked him, will he be able to at least make up the difference to get 2 1 and 5s? And he said, yeah. And he also told me like he's not gonna charge me like 30, 40, but like he said at most he might charge me like $10. I hope he stays true to his word. We'll find out on Wednesday. Hopefully he doesn't look on eBay and start changing his mind. I mean, that's my concern whenever these things come out. But yeah, that's kind of like I guess you could say my pick of the week. Again, unique to me. I'm not recommending this to anyone. This is just a hyper combo pick.
Well, it makes sense now. Like, yeah, you're right. As soon as you said, "Oh, when I get to S, you'll see what it is," and yeah, of course, yeah. Well, hey, you got your thing, man. So yeah, why not pick it up, right? So
yeah,
I like those sci-fi covers. I really do. For other reasons, but
that could have been your dynamite pick of the week, I guess.
But yeah, I might have to do a Street Fighter pick of the week. But yeah, hey, good picks, and again, yeah, it's what you like, so why not?
And the good thing is it's a one shot. It's not an ongoing. So thank goodness for my wallet. Like it's not like we're going to be seeing this on a monthly basis. So,
yeah, and
that's the reason why I kind of went a bit heavy on it.
Yeah. All right, let's get into Marvel before we get into DC. I mean, realistically, let's get it kicked off here with Black Cat Annual #1. This one's more of the art style, and then if you look very carefully on her body, you'll see that there's that Pepsi Cola North South Korean guy popping in again.
Yeah. Interesting.
I mean, I'm done with cover buys. I would get this if it was a year ago when I was picking up just like straight cover buys or things I like. But I'm trying to get that TOS 39 going, so I'm trying to save every penny that I can. So I'm going to be passing on it, but I do like the cover.
Yeah, these are just another series of like those annual one shots that makes up that whole Infinity storyline that's happening. Because remember we saw that for like there was an Iron Man annual, and then there was a Captain America. So, I believe also this one also has a connecting cover with another Infinity Stone.
And Dr. Lovebox is saying there's a first appearance of Tiger Division, a few new appearances. So that's interesting.
Yeah, they did mention that these annuals will have a couple of first appearances in each of them. So. Whether they'll stick or not, that's another story.
Yeah, but this isn't like this isn't like DC rather, where they're putting out like a character or two and
but the thing is, it's also I don't know. I mean, I'm just weary when every single annual has first appearances. Like not everything's going to be able to kind of.
Is that fact that they said that, where like every annual is going to have something?
I don't know but I think they're marking as if like most of the annuals will have first appearances. And maybe not all.
And Dr. Lovebox is saying the new characters are on the main covers as well. So
yeah, because I think because the one that you have is the variant cover.
Yeah. Well, let me go. That's the only one.
No.
These right here.
Yeah, I think this is it. Yeah, that's the. Okay, yeah, it could be those people in the background, I guess. Yeah.
Well, no, there's Pepsi Cola guy. This is the girl from Agents of Atlas.
But who's the girl in the skirt in the back? Underneath the White Fox.
This girl right here?
No.
This girl.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't know if she already exists or not. I'm not sure.
I don't know if I've seen these two right here. I don't know who either of those two are. So yeah, could be. I don't know, but could be worth something. I just don't know. The last time I was picking up Black Cat, it was that Iron Man suit, Black Cat, and yeah, that was the only time. So
that was a nice cover, though.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into something that is coming out shortly. Some of these covers have been really great. But we got Black Widow #8.
Yeah. I'm not reading Black Widow. I only picked up that one issue that had that protege. That was like issue 6 or something. 24. Wow. Yeah, I mean, well, a newbie can carry that if he wants, but I'm going to bed after this show is over. So.
No, I can't do 24 hours, man. No way. I love talking comics, but at some point I gotta do something. So yeah, no. Spine Ticks can have that record. I'm totally fine with them having that record.
Yeah, we're about 7 hours from beating their record.
Yeah. So we'll see. Again, you know what? I like this Black Widow cover, but again, not going. I'm trying to not. I don't want to ball. I don't want to. What's the word I'm looking for? Like I just don't want to give in. I don't want to keep buying. I'm really trying to buy my Tales of Suspense 39. That's like my goal and my mission.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just trying to be very, very secure in what I do, man.
I hear you.
So it's tough sometimes though, man, because you see everybody like showing off what they bought and this and that, and
their haul videos, yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm just buying this.
Hey man, listen, stay the course. If you have a goal, just don't veer off from it.
Yeah. Ultra saying Black Widow is this year's Captain Marvel with nobody buying and second prints tripped because of a first. It's got a point.
Yeah, because most shops aren't ordering a ton of Black Widow copies. So yeah, usually when those issues do get hot, like that issue number 6, that second appearance comes right away. I mean, not second appearance.
Why do you want Tales of Suspense so bad? It's first appearance of Iron Man, origin and first appearance. It's my character. It's why I got into comics. It's like my holy grail of books. So I'd love to have that book in my collection. I would be scared shitless because I'd be, before going to work, I'd always make sure that it's in my house. And then when I come home, I'm probably going to make sure that it's there. I think you guys all know the story about like when I bought my Hulk 181, I took it to work like 3 days in a row because I was scared to let it out of my sight.
Mm.
That's just how I did it. So, what grade are you after? You know what? I don't really know, Comic Ozzy. At this point,
remember,
I'm just looking for a good deal. The book is, and shout outs to Dan, because Dan has one and Dan knows how bad I want that book. And he'll always message me people posting the book for sale. Unfortunately, like some people, like it is one of those books that is like just astronomically like crazy in price. So,
but newbie, just bear in mind when you do get it, because I think you will get it eventually. Just when you call home and your girl picks up, ask her how she's doing before you ask how the book's doing. FYI.
Yeah, it's big. 1, 2, 3, ready comments. Hawk 181. I'd put that in a safe or in a bank. Yeah, man. It's we all have books like that though, right? I mean, a lot of people have their big Grail book in their home, and it's scary to know that like some of these books. I was trying to tell a buddy of mine, oh look at this, K-Dog actually beat me to it. We were talking about this yesterday with Key Issues. An 8.0 of that book on eBay is $160,000. Okay.
Wow.
$160,000. Now I'm not going to be doing that, but at the same time, like the book is one of those great Grail books, right? So.
But see, when you start getting to that kind of money, it's almost like unless you're like a millionaire, I mean, that's like a down payment to like
It's a house, man. I could never be like, hey, by the way, babe, I just bought this, so
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like that's not gonna happen. So start a GoFundMe,
or an OnlyFans, either or.
Oh man, Comic
whatever.
Dude,
hey.
Appreciate that, but man, you didn't have to do that. I'm terrible at getting gifts or anything, but hey, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, $20 closer, so thank you. So if I want that 8.0, I'm 157,990 or 80 short. So, but yeah, I think if you talk to people, like everyone's got that Grail book that they want. It's just difficult, right? .5s all day.
Wait, a 0.5 at that point.
It's like a $3,000 book.
No, but a 0.5, does a cover even have to be attached at that point if it's a 0.5? I don't think so, right?
Yeah, because if it's not attached, then it's not a blue label.
Oh, okay. So then I guess a 0.5 would mean like a big chunk of the cover is probably missing. At that point, I don't know if I would go for it. I'd rather, like,
We're just going to ignore hypers.
No,
Listen, you're never going to see Newbie Comics OnlyFans, okay? That's never going to happen. Never. So, yeah. But let's get back to the topic at hand, because we got lots to talk about here. Daredevil 31, I thought that this could be, again, not for my purposes, but one of those cover buys. I could see this book kind of being something that, somebody turns into something a little bit later because of the fact, the cover. I mean, it's a cool cover, don't get me wrong. White, red, hard 9.8 to get, I believe. But yeah, we'll see what's going on.
Yeah, apparently there's a rumored first appearance about like another assassin or something that has some links to. Trust me, that's. Hey, listen, man. Hustlers gotta hustle. Yeah, I think it's another assassin that might have some links to either Matt Murdock or Elektra. I'm not sure, but I mean, this is already on the post, so yeah. I got no issue picking this up.
Yeah, again, it's going to be a hard 9.8 to get, but we'll see. All right, I'm going to skip the Eternals. Shang-Chi, I mean, we just got a second trailer this week. Everybody's on the Shang-Chi trailer. It was funny because there was a few people I know, and I won't name them, that were saying, "Oh, this is going to be garbage." Da da da. Now all of a sudden, second trailer, and they're like head over heels with this character. We got
and just
Jeep Momo.
Sorry, Newbie. Just to make a correction, Dr. Wolfbox said that it's Bullseye is apparently getting a new look on that Daredevil issue. So it's almost like, I don't know if it's going to have the same effect like Elektra did with her Daredevil costume, but yeah, okay, that's something to pay attention to, I guess.
Yeah, but if that's the case, I don't know. I mean, things like that do sometimes.
You never know. Yeah,
like it could be a $20 book by the end of the day, 25. And you guys know, I usually say if from a flip side and investment side, I mean, usually if a book is over 20, 25 bucks, I mean, you've kind of made a win, especially if you kind of like are just looking to flip them, right? So if the book gets to $20, $25, I mean, that's a success in my eyes for the book.
Yeah.
Abomination, hello. We'll talk about all that stuff in the news and all that, man. Don't you worry. There's a lot to talk about. All right. Star Wars High Republic number 6.
Yeah, it's High Republic.
I think I'm off. I think I'm done.
I don't know if this ends the story arc or if it's a start of a new one, but yeah, listen, High Republic and High Republic Adventures seem to be. I mean, people are picking them up just for the long-term hold, like I mentioned, because of those new appearances. I don't know if there's any first appearances in this issue, but yeah, it's out there, I guess.
It's out there.
Yeah.
I know a gentleman that says that.
I know. I borrowed that. Sorry to steal your phrase.
Oh God. All right, we got United States Captain America number 1. I'm not even gonna bring in these other two covers because I think they're not that great. I'm just gonna show you the cover A.
Is this the one with the Native American Captain America?
I believe so. I believe that is it. I think that character is right here, right? Yeah. Yeah. So the variant would actually be first appearance / first cover as well. So I don't know what that's going to do for it long term, flip wise, and things like that. No, wait, hold on. Lovebox is saying the native one is issue 4.
Oh, I think this is the gay Captain America then, right?
Oh, I don't know, man. I have not been on Captain America in a very
long
time.
I know that there was some big deal made about how there is a series that's going to introduce a gay version of Captain
Yeah.
America. I don't know if this is because that costume looks familiar to what they showed on the presser.
Yeah. I said that's why I thought it was it. So I don't know.
Yeah.
First was in Voices.
Okay. All right.
Just Cruz is saying no, that was in Pride. Yeah. So.
Okay. So I mean,
So do we still get the Native American Captain America? Is that?
I think that's it. I think it's an issue 4 of this series, according to Dr. Lovebox. Okay. Again, I'm not the biggest Captain America fan, and it's like I kind of lose track of some of these new series that's coming out. So.
And he's also saying, yeah, this was solicited way before, but he got a surprise cover on the Voices. Okay, cool.
Okay, so he made his first cover appearance, I guess, on the Pride issues. Yeah.
That's actually pretty cool. All right, cool. I didn't know because again, like I'm not really on Captain America, so again, bad person.
And I'm just not a fan of deviations from traditional characters. And then again, I know people are going to bring up Miles Morales, but look, for every Miles Morales, there's like 10 other characters that don't really pan out. So
yeah,
I'm kind of old school where I kind of like my traditional characters, like, you know, the way they are. Some characters, some variations may stick, some may not, but more often than not, they don't stick, I find.
Last book on Marvel before we get to DC, but we got one of the books that Hyper you were talking about. We got X Factor number 10 Gala.
No, this one actually dropped.
Oh no, it's X-Men. Sorry, not X Factor.
X-Men. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's X Factor Gala. So yeah,
This is just, I mean, I thought the Gala was already over, but I guess this is like the final few issues of the Gala. So, because the X-Men number 1 is supposed to be coming out in a few weeks as well. They're going to reboot that whole thing with the whole.
You sound very enthused about that coming out.
I'm not. I mean, look, I was with the whole franchise when they did when they did House of X and Powers of X. I am kind of. I don't know why we're getting another reboot so quick. I mean, I know it's only been 2 years, but I feel like I don't know. I'll see how this direction goes.
I'm going to be skipping it. I'm not picking it up. I haven't been picking up a lot of these other small or whatever. There's just too much going on. And again, you know, I'm probably going to be on repeat when I say this, but yeah, I'm just trying to cut back so I can get some more cash into that Tales of Suspense.
Tales of Suspense funds? Yeah, I hear you.
So yeah. So with that, guys, we have to finish our Marvel. We gotta go into some DC. So hopefully the popcorn is still warm, the Coronas are flowing, or whatever your drink is. And let's get it on with it. And it's actually there's only 5 books for DC coming up.
Yeah, and I think most of them are annuals.
Yeah,
I checked League of Comic Geeks before I came on, and yeah, I think most of them are annuals or one shots. There's not. Yeah.
So Catwoman. I was almost going to say Catman Woman. Catwoman Annual 2021 number 1. That would have been hilarious because I know Tim said that they were going to drink every time I messed up a character. So, you know,
you're doing so. You're doing.
I'm doing pretty well today.
Yeah, you're doing well. I mean, it must be that maturity that you're getting from your birthday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. With age comes wisdom.
That's true. Are you picking this up?
No, I mean,
3, so
I'm not even picking up the ongoing, so I'm not gonna mess with the annual.
Oh boy, here it goes. Here we go. Loving Catman Woman. Oh geez. All right, next book up we got, yeah, like you said, right? It seems like it's all these like annuals or whatever, but we got Teen Titans Academy 2021 yearbook number 1. You guys know how I feel about when these titles are so super long. Like it just drives me nuts. But
yeah, I'm this one I mean I'll wait and see to pick this one up. I'm not sure about this one. If it's just a handbook kind of thing where they just do like character descriptions is one thing, but if it's actual dives into the story of the whole Red X and Teen Titans, I might pick this up. They say that there's clues to the origin of Red X. I'll see. I don't know. This might just be a Wednesday decision for me for this one.
Yeah. I'm skipping it. Yeah. Infinite Frontier Secret Files #1.
So I want to pick this up. The price, shit, it's $10 though, because I am picking up the Infinite Frontier series, the 6-issue series, because it kind of explores the multiverse after death, the events of Death Metal.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing this kind of ties into it. Oh gosh, I wish DC would stop doing these $10 books.
Yeah, I was gonna say $10 though, man. Like,
yeah, it's an 80 pager, but still.
Yeah, but here in Canada, that's like $11.75 a book.
Yeah, no, but when I pre-order with my shop, I get it for $10 plus tax. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, considering I'm not picking up much in the other sections, like in Marvel, this might be a pickup for me. If I was picking up more stuff, I may have skipped it, but I probably will add this.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Well, let's go 4 for 4. I didn't bring that 5th book in, but let's go 4 for 4 for Newbie saying pass. But we've got Green Arrow 80th anniversary 100-page super spectacular #1. And with a price tag of $10 as well.
Yeah. Dr. Lovebox, to your question, I believe it's various writers that are doing the 80-page for the Infinite Secret Files. Usually for these giant-size DC books, it's multiple writers doing it. I'm not look. I'll admit it. I haven't really watched the CW Arrow show. I'm not a big Green Arrow fan, so I'm not. This is. I usually tend to pick up these anniversary series of characters that I usually like, but Green Arrow doesn't. He doesn't really do it for me. So.
That's the thing. Yeah. I'll be honest. I've never watched the Flash show. I've never watched the Green Arrow show. Yeah. I gave what's the DC's future?
Which one?
Heroes of Future, whatever.
Heroes of Tomorrow, I think it's called.
Yeah. Which was a waste of my time. I wish I could get those 2 hours back that I spent on it, but yeah, here we are. But again, I've heard good things about Green Arrow. Just not a character I've ever been really interested in. So.
I mean, just to show how popular Green Arrow is, when was the last ongoing Green Arrow series that DC produced? I'll wait if you guys can let me know when we actually had an actual Green Arrow series. Exactly. So.
Bloop is saying, as someone who has watched all 35 seasons of the Arrowverse, never watch it.
Wow.
That's not nothing, man. That's not nothing, right? Like, I'd rather somebody tell me that, So, we'll see.
Yeah. Okay. So, I think Tim is right. I think New 52 was probably like one of the last. No, actually, they did one for Rebirth, I believe, but it was canceled not too long after.
Brandon, what's going on, man?
Arrowverse. He called you by your government name. That's.
I know.
That doesn't happen very often.
I'm gonna have to talk to him when I see him next. But yeah. Now everybody knows my government name, and we'll try to find me on what's it called?
OnlyFans
or all that stuff.
Oh, sorry.
OnlyFans, get the hell out of here with this OnlyFans. Here's what we're gonna do: the over/under on how many times Hyper says OnlyFans. We're already at 2. Let's put it at 4.5. Okay. So get your bets in. All right, that's New Comic Book Day. What do you want to do next? You want to do Loki or you want to do news?
Is it heavy on the news? I don't know. It's up to you.
No, not necessarily. Usually just the same.
Okay, I'll just preface right now. I wasn't feeling this episode of Loki. I'm just telling you right now.
Okay, so yeah, why don't we do the news and then we'll leave it at that because yeah, I don't want to ruin it, but all right.
Okay.
Let's do. Boom. Well, let's talk some news, guys. And obviously, every week there is some news. There is a lot of things going on right now. as the economies in the world and countries are opening up. So let's get it going. I see a lot of people saying, yeah, Hyper, I agree. Hyper, I have to agree. Just guys, just let's wait until we get to that, because you're going to be shocked at what I have to say. So let's start with comic news. All right, first up, guys, Shang-Chi news. So, the trailer, the actor who plays Shang-Chi or Shang-Chi, whichever you want to go with, is saying that the trailer is just the beginning. Two pieces of information here, right? The one on the left here was before the trailer dropped, which was actually the night before the trailer. And then the one to the right there, obviously now we know that Abomination is just, taken over. Like if you had to name a book for this week, it is, To Astonish 90. Like everybody's talking about it. I do want to say this right now. FaceTime told you to buy this book. He was talking about this on like Keep, Sell, Buy. He was talking about it when he did a spec. Like he was telling people to buy this when it was like $60, maybe $70.
It was like $50-$60, yeah, for a mid-grade. Yeah.
And now all of a sudden it's like going crazy. And I get it. I know Face isn't one of those guys that wants credit or anything. Like I'm assuming a lot of people have talked about it and everything like that. But like we have talked about that book in the past, and to see where that book is now, it's just crazy. Like I know people are like, "Oh, dude, you have to keep your subtitles on and this and that." Like I get that, but like, man, was that like a stretch? Like I didn't even know what was going on, to be honest with you, at the start. When we're like, "Oh no, it's Abomination." I'm like, really? Like I had to pause it. I had to put, do all that stuff.
Yeah. So it's not confirmed yet, right? That it's actually Abomination.
Apparently, it is not confirmed.
Yeah, because even I was like, I couldn't make out. I mean, I get it how it does have the figure of Abomination, but it was very dark and dim, so I couldn't really make out if it actually was truly him or not. But it's not a bad theory. But yeah, it's one of those things like would I spend $200 on the basis that it is Abomination? Probably not, but it's a good theory. But it's not confirmed yet, so that's why I'm kind of weary on that pick.
I just don't know how much value you can get on this. Like if you're going from like a spec point of view, like what do you think this book is going to get to? Like this book is not going to be like a $5,000 book or anything like that. I think it just shows you again how when a character is brought in, whether it's a villain or a hero, everybody just goes crazy. Everybody gets that FOMO and everybody just assumes, hey, this book is going to be a $1,500 book, a $2,000 book, right? We've seen it with when things are confirmed that a book just simply goes into that $1,500, $2,000 range, right? So I think that's where a lot of people are at. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just tough for me to say.
Well, I mean, the thing is, okay, so people are bringing up the fact that, like you said, like subtitles does say Abomination. So I mean, okay, so it looks like it might have been confirmed. But even okay, let's just say for the sake of argument, it is confirmed. I'm with you. I don't see. I mean, look, unless you're a fan of this character, if you're looking at it from, I guess, potential investment, I guess it's a villain. It's a Hulk villain. But how far will they take this villain? I mean, he is going to appear in the She-Hulk series. They did confirm that. I'm not sure in terms of like the different villains that in the MCU. I don't put Abomination up there in terms of the villains that they have in the MCU lineup in terms of his longevity. But I mean, he will have because it will be in a TV series. It's not going to be a one-off appearance. It's just that I in terms of, like I said, in classes of villains in the MCU, he's not really on the top. It's one of those books that if I find it at a good price, I'll pick it up. But I'm not spending like I'm not spending top dollars for it.
No, on yeah. Carlito is saying Abomination is going to bring out Savage / Red Hulk. That's why he might be long term. Man, you know what? Those Red Hulk books, I can't remember the issue, but that book has, excuse me, that book has just spiked in the last like 6 to 8 months. It's crazy where a 9.8 in that book is. I remember a 9.8 in that book being like $200 Canadian, and I think the last time I checked, it was like almost reaching 700, maybe more. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've looked that
Wow.
book.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Zen's got actually a cool thing, a theory, he says. I think they are definitely building the Dark Avengers team. If Lady Hydra at the end of this movie talking to Abomination, we have her recruiting U.S. agent and her appearance in Black Widow.
Yeah, I mean,
Is there confirmation that she shows up in Black Widow yet? I don't know if I
haven't read anything. I mean, I'm not sure. I don't know if there's any news on that end.
Yeah, I'm with Brick Boss, man. You know that saying, bros before hoes, heroes before villains. That's just kind of how I do things, man. Heroes have, even anti-heroes, they just have a bigger, like, again, from an investment side, they just hold more value. Unless you're talking about an iconic villain, because I know Face always says that to me, where he's like, "Oh, Joker," and he's right. Like the iconic villains, yeah, but like go see what the first appearance of Joker is going for. Not many people have that book, right? So it's different when you talk about villains and heroes. So
yeah, I think it's Brick that mentioned, unless, like, see, if you're a fan of Abomination, obviously pick it up, but I don't pick it up now. Like, now is not the best time. Wait until the inevitable thing happens where people forget about the character after a few months, and then pick it up. But right now is not the best time to look for that book.
Yeah, I will say, I was under the impression, or not under the impression, I was one of those people who wasn't really thrilled with that first trailer after I saw this. Before I even knew that was Abomination, like the first time I was watching that trailer, I was like hooked. I was like, whoa, this is way better than the first trailer. So yeah, it's good to see.
Wait,
I'm interested in the movie.
Was that Fing Fang Foom in the water?
Some people are saying that. Some people.
Yeah, because that was the other thing.
But again, nobody's talking about that book. Like zero people, right? It's all Abomination. But yeah, some people that I've talked to are saying, they're like, Newbie, was that? And I was like, it's tough to say, but could be. Never know. Never know. All right, next piece of news. MCU theory: Spider-Woman will help Spider-Man find his way home. You think this is going to happen? Do you honestly think that Spider-Woman is going to show up in No Way Home? I think she shows up in Spider-Verse, not in this.
Here's the thing, and I mentioned this before. When you have characters as big as, well, not big, but like notable as Spider-Woman, like I said, Marvel doesn't really give a shit about the spec side. Usually they'll market that character and kind of hint at the fact that this character is appearing. I just because to sell people in the movie. If anything, maybe the character before Spider-Woman comes, like Jessica Drew, I guess. But I don't see the actual Spider-Woman coming. It doesn't seem like Marvel's MO, where they'll just throw in a character without announcing it. Because Kevin Feige already announced that Christian Bale is going to be Gore the God Butcher way ahead of the movie release. So the fact that we're this close to No Way Home coming out and we've heard no news about Spider-Woman, I don't think so.
I don't believe it either. I mean, there's a lot of news going on. And again, keep in mind, the header says theory. So it's not even a rumor or anything like that. It's just a theory. We've made multiple theories on this show multiple times. Okay. So could it happen? Possibly, absolutely. Could it also not happen? Absolutely. So I don't believe it for 1 second. I was just interested to see the conversation that would be had, right, and what people thought of it.
Yeah, but like I said, maybe they might introduce the character Jessica Drew or one of the other. I know there's like several versions of Spider-Woman, right?
Yeah, I think she shows up. I think one of them shows up in Spider-Verse. I really do.
But probably like as an Easter egg. I don't think in costume. It's almost like the same way how what's his name? Amadeus Cho's mom showed up, because I wasn't aware of this, but Jeff mentioned yesterday on Spidix how Amadeus Cho's mom shows up in Age of Ultron, in a lab scene or something. So that's kind of like an Easter egg, I guess. So
She?
yeah, apparently his mom does show up in Age of Ultron, as one of the characters. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I gotta go back and take a look at that then. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay. Interesting. All right, let's not get everybody all worked up about this. Let's go on to James Gunn would definitely direct a Harley Quinn solo film. I hate
I'd
this.
watch it.
I hate this.
I just said I would watch it, and you said you'd hate it.
I absolutely hate this idea. Just get her gone. Like let's bring Poison Ivy in already.
Um, yeah, I know that you've been pining for Poison Ivy to come, but look, if James Gunn is attached to a Harley Quinn project, I'd watch it just for the very fact it's James Gunn.
Would they make it dark like the solo Joker?
I don't see. The thing is, I can't see them doing that with this one because, like, especially if it's Margot Robbie and it's not some other.
Gotta be connected.
Yeah, sorry.
It's got to be connected if she plays it.
Exactly. So, like, unless they do like some Elseworld Harley Quinn, if they stick with the Margot Robbie Harley Quinn, they've already established her as like this wacky kind of persona. They can't. I don't see them taking it in the same vein as Joker. It'd probably be more like a dark humor kind of movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. A lot of people are saying that it would be a great movie, obviously with James Gunn at the helm. Yeah. I'm with Newbie. I'm over Harley, even though Marty. Yeah, dude, I'd let her take me out to dinner, 100%. But
I think the problem is also I think a lot of people are still sour on that first Suicide Squad movie. I think when you see the sequel, which I'm hoping will be, and I think signs point to it possibly being a good movie. I think if that movie knocks it out of the park, I think people's tune with Harley Quinn will change after that. I think this franchise hinges on how well James Gunn does the second movie.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people in the chat are saying. Yeah, I got to see that. Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, last piece of news. Guardians of the Galaxy fan theory may predict a volume 3, which is the third segment of the movie, death. And I think we can kind of take that theory away because, I mean, Batista has already come out and said that he is done playing the character.
Oh, has he?
That's
true. Yeah, you're right.
Right?
Yeah, I do remember him making. Or not that he's done. I thought I heard him say that he was unhappy or that he wants to move on to something else or something. Yeah.
But he said that this will be the last movie that is played by him as Drax. Now they could redo him, right? I mean, with CGI, with all the makeup. Ooh, excuse me. It's been a long day, guys. Sorry. With the CGI and makeup or whatever the case may be. So it might not necessarily be that he dies, but at the same time, like, I don't know if I'm ready for somebody else to take that mantle just yet. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I know that they did kill him off in the comics, but I think he's actually been brought back. So there is that storyline where he was actually at one point did get killed off in the actual comics. I mean, I think people's first, in terms of, you just mentioned someone to take his place, I guess, what is it, Moondragon would probably be the first name that people might throw out there.
I would say Moondragon. I've been pretty heavy to say Phyla Vel. Yeah, I always butcher her name, but yeah, I've been very big on that. The logo is gray and brown. Drax is green. Theory may be a reach, even if it happens. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I just think Drax is done. I think they're going to be bringing in like a new team. So that's just where I'm going. I think Adam Warlock. I think all these other characters are going to have a bigger role.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know where this franchise is headed. It's just because it's been a long time since we saw this like what the second Guardians movie came out in 2017 or 16. It's been almost 4 years. I mean, they appeared in the Avengers Infinity. Yeah. It's just that I don't know where this franchise is going. I mean, I'm guessing Thor is. Do we know that Thor is going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3?
I have no idea, man. I'm assuming that he would.
Yeah, especially if he's traveling with them. I mean, well, wait, hold on. The new Thor movie comes before this movie, right?
Thor, yeah, this Thor movie comes out before.
Okay, so maybe things change course, and maybe
But
that.
at the end of Endgame, they leave on the ship together. So I don't know.
Yeah, but you got to figure that he's gonna make like he is actually gonna be in the Jane Foster Thor.
Yeah.
Hemsworth, that is. So yeah, I don't know where he's making an appearance, but yeah, yeah, that's what I figured. If he does show up, I don't think he's gonna have like a big role. But yeah, man, this is one of those franchises that, because I I wasn't really big into Guardians before the movie came out. I started reading the comics
I
after
don't
the
know
movie.
if anybody is, man. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
But even after the movie came out, I have read some of the comics, but I'm not like the biggest Guardians comics fan, so I'm not sure where exactly. I like the movies, um, but I don't know where this franchise goes in Volume 3.
It's gonna be interesting. This is probably the most I've been excited about a Guardians movie. Even the second one, I was kind of like, but with that Adam Warlock possibly coming, I've been picking up my Thor 165. I would recommend people, that Thor or not Thor, Fantastic Four 67. I mean, that's super undervalued, but I would be getting my Adam Warlock keys ready.
It's funny because the other character, what's her name, Aisha, her instead of him, that book has really cooled off after Guardians 2. I think that's back to like a $5-10 book.
Yeah. Eric is saying eventually they will replace most of the Guardians team. Nova, Beta, Phila, Moondragon would be, yeah, absolutely. And even if they don't replace the team, we're going to be introduced to these characters. So maybe like some of them are done. I could totally see a scenario where, Gamora and Star-Lord are kind of like, hey, we're going to start our own life somewhere, or Rocket and Groot kind of go their own way because, something, and then they just bring in these other characters, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, because I don't think Marvel is definitely not done with the cosmic universe. If anything, they're going to be diving more into it. So yeah, they're going to need new players in that realm.
Yeah. Let's do
Loki.
we're almost at an hour and a half. No, let's do yeah, okay, yeah, let's do Loki real quick. So yeah, let's talk some Loki. I don't have a transition into Loki because we should, I guess, but yeah, we don't have any transition. So
I'll just put Loki spoiler talk just in case people in the
Loki
chat.
came out last Wednesday. I was on the show last Sunday, and I was, on record to say I'm expecting like the best episode yet.
Yeah.
6 episodes. We got to the 3rd episode. So yeah, climax. You would think, right, halfway through the series. That was like the most boring episode.
Oh, okay. So you're actually with me on this. I thought for a second when you said that you're gonna be surprised. I thought you're actually gonna go the other way on this.
Dude, I just kept waiting for things to happen, and I'm like, when is something? I was looking for Easter eggs. I was looking at anything, and I'm like, when is something going to happen? Not in the sense of like action, but like just something. And it was just a total, I don't know, like it wasn't anything. Like it didn't really leave. And here's the thing, like it didn't really leave me wanting more. I'm not excited. I'm not excited for next week's episode. Like I wasn't like, oh man, can't wait for next week. Like I was just kind of like,
I agree.
okay.
I agree.
And I'm shocked because you only have 6 episodes. You only have 6 weeks, and that's what you decided to do with one of them. Like,
and that's actually, I mean, I think I'm pretty much going to be repeating a lot of what you just said right now. Look, sometimes like I know we like to look at reviews and critics and all that, but sometimes you have to kind of look at your own initial reaction when you're looking at an episode. If I'm watching an episode and I'm checking my phone and I'm doing other stuff just because the episode's not engaging me, that's a problem, because that I didn't have that issue with the first 2 episodes. This episode, I was basically losing focus, and I was basically doing other things on the side because it wasn't grabbing my attention. It just felt like there was a lot of exposition and talking, and I get it. They want to start fleshing out the character with this other mysterious character who we still don't know if it's Enchantress or if it's
I think
female
it is.
Loki.
I think it's Sylvie. If you guys look at the end of the episode and you look at the credits, that's what is played. Sylvie Lushton.
Oh, they actually put the last name also?
Yep.
Okay, because last time I think in the Spanish credits, I think it just said Sylvie. I don't think so. They actually put the full name. Okay, I mean, okay, let's just say, okay, barring the fact whether it's Enchantress, She Loki, whatever, as an episode itself, I felt if it just took a few steps back. The stuff that the first two episodes built in terms of getting my interest, that third episode kind of brought it down. And I'm curious, like as much as I was looking forward to this episodes, just like you, I'm now concerned about where this series is heading because like we don't have time to waste. There's only 6 episodes and we're already halfway through. So it like the other 2 episodes, I think I may have rewatched them twice. This episode I haven't gone back to rewatching it just because I don't care to. And yeah, I guess you could say that, you need an episode to kind of set the pieces in motion. But like I said, you don't have time to waste. And episode 4 has to really bring it. Because if you have 2 episodes like this, and I even mentioned that for the first 2 episodes, I like the pace, but I even said that they have to take it up a notch in episode 3. They did the opposite in episode 3.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, there's just a lot of it where I was like, like even when she asked, like when they start talking about like their mothers and things like that, and I was like, I thought we already got through. Like I thought they already did like the mom moment in the first episode, right? Like I thought they got rid of all that, like all those emotions and doing that then, right? So like I was just kind of like, all right.
Like I mean, like if someone was to ask me, okay, what happened in this episode? Can you give me a recap? Okay, so Loki met this, whatever. I don't know. We'll just say the unknown. They basically got into a tussle with the TVA, and then they basically did a road trip. That's essentially what happened. They just did a road trip because he had to go find a charger for his little that device that broke when he fell apparently. There was no big revelations. There's no hook for the 4th episode.
Yeah.
There's nothing that makes me want to. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna see this through, but it's like I'm watching it with like, okay, let's see where this goes, kind of thing. So, yeah.
I get it. I'm seeing some of the comments being like, guys, what do you expect? You're getting the multiverse and things like that. I get it. I'm just saying, like, the episode was very, like, I don't know, like it wasn't anything. Like, I'm not expecting action and like characters to show up. Fantastic Four, Wolverine to show up, nothing like that. It's just when you look at the first 2 episodes and everything that was going in the pace, and then you watch this one, you can't like it. I mean, I guess you can because there are people saying this episode was amazing. Okay, great.
Yeah,
I just didn't.
Yeah, okay, and like I'm not expecting like adrenaline action or anything like that. Well, okay, I'm just gonna ask an open question. Name me one new piece of information on episode 3 that you picked up that is gonna make you look forward to episode 4, like something, a revelation or something that was discovered in episode 3. I'm having a hard time, and I'm not trying to be an ass or anything. I'm just having, it's a genuine question. Like, what is?
Wait, there was an end credit.
Was there an end credit? Because I actually forwarded it. I didn't see any end credits.
I fast forwarded too. I didn't see any end credits.
Yeah, because normally, just in case there was, I kind of just, okay, yeah, okay. Azores did bring up a good point. I would say that the only thing that may have been interesting was that the TVAs may not be the good guys. In that kind of, like, there's a hint that the TVA as a group may not be all that they're cracked up to be. Okay, fine. That's probably the only thing that I could take away as something that I could latch onto for the next episode. But again, that was almost like that was almost like addressed earlier on. But for the most part, it's like you had 40 minutes. It just felt like not much was done in that 40 minutes.
Yeah, I was waiting for them to like do something.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with episode 4. I mean, I'm expecting, and again, this is a spoiler, but like I am expecting them obviously to get off that planet that is. We're probably going to be picking up on the planet exploding and them finally finding something, obviously to help that. I don't know. I can't remember what they name it. That technology piece that kind of just.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time figuring out the name of that. Yeah.
So we'll see where that goes. Obviously, they're going to make it, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they work it and things like that. Because yeah, the planet is exploding, so who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're going to survive. I mean, that's not a spoiler. That's just.
Yeah.
All
right. I promised you a twist in today's show. So I'm going to give you a twist. So guys, next segment up, we've got
here, aka No Good Comics, and this is the Newbie Spec of the Week.
It's your boy, Hip Hop's in me, _comics_collectible, and guess what? It's Newbie's Spec of the Week.
Doesn't matter. What does matter is that the tone says it's the Newbie Spec of the Week. Now, the tone just educated you.
Yo, Sith Lordly here with Spine Ticks, and this is Newbie Spec of the Week.
This is Anthony from Streetside Comics, and this is Newbie Spec of the Week.
What's up, guys? It's Dustin with Two Brothers Comics, and this is the Newbie Spec of the Week.
Oh, gentlemen, stop it. Thank you. But here's the thing. They all lied to you because it is not Newbie Spec of the Week this week. Twist. It's Hyper Spec of the Week. Yes. I kind of been super busy this week, so I haven't been able to kind of put my spec together. So I kind of passed the mantle, and Hyper had said, hey, if you're cool with it, I can do it because I know you're busy. It worked out. So Hyper is actually doing the spec this week. So it is actually Hyper Spec of the Week.
Yep.
Yeah. The hidden gem is saying Hyper Spec of the Week. Yeah, Hyper Spec of the Week. So
yeah, believe it or not, it's a full moon, I guess.
He's gonna take the mantle this week, and then yeah, we'll get back to Newbie Spec of the Week. But yeah, Hype. I'm excited.
And Newbie, just for the slideshow, you have to put start slide in just so that there's a GIF. I mean, I think there's a GIF in that I kind of wanted to play. No. There's a GIF in the presentation. There's a picture. I don't want to spoil it, but you basically have to put start presentation. Instead of just clicking on slides like you normally do, just click on start slideshow.
Oh, yeah. I got you. But I don't think it's going to work.
Really?
Yeah. Because I have a start presentation, but it's all Street Fighter spec.
No, I promise it's not.
Faces saying, "Oh snap! Hyper Dynamite Pick of the Week and Spec of the Week." Yeah. So, all right, guys. So let's get started. This is Hyper Spec of the Week. Boom.
All right. So, with the Green Lantern character show coming out on HBO Max, I figured this is a character that he's slowly getting some heat, but I feel he's still being slept on. Simon Baz. He's apparently confirmed to be on the show for HBO Max. Now, there's a few things that makes him unique from the other Lanterns. Like the first I mentioned is he's Lebanese American of Muslim faith. You don't really see a lot of those kind of characters in the DCU. So this could almost be, I guess, in a complementary character to Miss Marvel in Marvel side, in terms of a flagship character of that descent to kind of be featured prominently in DC. And you know how it is right now with the whole thing about people could have their opinions in terms of diversity of how these publishers might be pushing it down our throats. it is what it is. You're going to see a lot more of it, so you could see that this kind of representation will be, leaned upon, especially that you don't really see that much, in DC lately in terms of Arab Americans and Muslim faith. So that could be something. And here's the thing, though. I actually read his origin story, and they deal with some heavy topics, and not something that I would have expected in a mainstream DC book. Like they talk about like how his family basically witnessed like a terrorist attack on TV, and his family was profiled to the point that he was actually getting profiled, and he was arrested, and I guess was sent to Guantanamo Bay, and that's actually where he got his Green Lantern ring. So his origin is actually pretty dark in terms of like the topic that is actually being discussed. So if DC it's a very touchy subject if you start dealing in those kind of areas. So if they tap into that, it could be something. But again, this is one of those subject matters that you wouldn't have expected to see in a mainstream comic.
Yeah.
And he has romantic ties to Jessica Cruz, another Lantern who's also, I believe, confirmed to be on the show. So it's just a character that I would definitely be on the lookout for. So his first appearance is actually on the free comic book day issue of New 52. Again, it's a free comic book day issue, so there's not, in terms of copies, it's not like you're going to have a low supply of them, but the fact that it is a free comic book day issue, and also it was like an issue that's almost been 10 years now, not a lot of them are probably kept in good condition, because I think the way we treat free comic book day issues now is different than how it was a decade ago. Because I think a decade ago or so, they were kind of almost like throwaways. Like I would put free comic book day issues in my Gemini mail as a buffer, I guess, in terms of taking. Yeah. So you wouldn't really have much thought when you had these issues, but that's why you're seeing like the high grade copies of this going for $15 to $20. I still think there's room to grow on this issue. Just keep in mind when you're looking for this issue, try to find the one without the stamp, like the store stamp, because you'll see that white space. Sometimes the store will put their promotional stamp on it. Look for the ones without the stamp on it. So, it's you won't have any issue grading it. So, and it's a Jim Lee cover. So, and I'm a fan of Jim Lee. And like I said, the origin issue is Green Lantern Zero from New 52. That's a $10 to $15 book. I would read that. It's a good read just because, like I said, it's not the kind of origin you would expect from mainstream DC storyline, just because of the subject matter that they kind of touch on. So that would be another book I would be on the lookout for. So yeah. Any thoughts on this?
This one I love, man. I actually love. I've got a video coming out with this book on it. So
the Wolverine appearance where he first meets Punisher for the first time is in Punisher War Journal number 6. We're seeing lately that first encounters has been a big deal. We saw that with the Marvel Presents issue where Venom meets Wolverine for the first time. The issue where Moon Knight meets Punisher for the first time. This, I feel, is gonna have to get its due. I mean, it's already not exactly a cheap book. I mean, it's $20 to $25 as is, but I feel like this has room to grow just because this book has been swiped, like the cover has been swiped from store exclusives, and it is a Jim Lee cover. And I mean, if you look at it, it's a pretty badass cover.
Yeah.
And if you actually read the issue, it's actually pretty funny because this is like from the 80s. So the way they actually meet was, I think Punisher's going on like an expedition trip in the jungle, and Wolverine meets some poachers. And then he thinks that Punisher is a poacher, and then that's how like the fight kind of starts. So it's one of those simple stories that it's like no cosmic threat or anything like that. It's just two street level guys just kind of duking it out. And again, this would be, and this I actually found. My LCS was selling it for $5 at a claim sale this week, so you could definitely find this out there in the back bins if you look hard enough.
Yeah, I love this book. Like I said, I've got a video with this book coming out, and yeah, I can't disagree with anything you say, man. Hit it right on the spot.
Yeah. Okay, so this one, I know that when you look at this book, you probably saw this quite a bit in your back bins because this was like a highly printed volume of X-Men. It was like, this was the Jim Lee wasn't writing X-Men at this point, but this is the Jim Lee X-Men series, that, is notorious for the high print run. Issue 36 of this volume, it's basically the first appearance of Everett Thomas, aka Sync. The reason I bring it up is in Hickman's new reboot of X-Men #1, Sync is actually part of the team up of the lineup of the new X-Men crew. The unique ability of Sync is he has the ability to sync up with other mutants and briefly gain the powers they possess. Almost like it's like think of it like a Wi-Fi signal.
Mm-hmm.
Like you kind of have to be in range, and then he kind of basically gains your power for that brief moment. Because the way his first appearance plays out is a Banshee was kind of flying near him, and he wasn't even aware that Banshee was in the area, but he somehow had like this megasonic thing that kind of broke all the windows, and people were wondering what the fuck happened, and then it was actually Banshee that happened to be. So he could actually absorb people's power without even be cognizant of the fact that they're actually around him. So like I said, he is going to be part of the X-Men series coming out in a few weeks, and this you could literally find this for a few bucks. So this is one of those books that like, who's to say how far this character will go? But like I said, it's one of those no risk buys that you could probably find it and stash it. And if this character ends up, if Hickman wants to do more with this character, well, at least he will have this book at a cheap price. So that's
back bins, $2 is what his source is saying. Yeah, this is definitely one. I've seen this book in the past, and I know they're out there. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is so I believe there's two versions. There's a hollow foil and the regular foil and the regular non-hollow. Get the one that's hollow foil if you can find it.
Yeah.
And this is part of the whole Phalanx Covenant storyline that they were doing in the 90s, which I still haven't finished reading, but yeah, it's part of that crossover event back in the 90s.
Oh boy.
And finally, okay, so I'm sure Newbie has his opinion on this one. Thor #5, first full appearance of Black Winter. So I'm sure when most people hear about Black Winter spec, this is supposed to be a GIF. Unfortunately, the GIF doesn't work, but you guys know what the GIF is. This is what people normally think of when they think of Black Winter. So just to give you an idea of where things are with this book, when this book came out, like actually in the first few weeks, this book was doing stupid numbers online. It was like cover A was like a 9.8 was like $400 USD, and the 1 in 25 was 800 USD. So it's like in Canadian dollars, it's like over $1,000 for that 1 in 25. Fast forward, currently you're seeing that cover A is like selling for like 100 to 150 for a 9.8, a quarter of what you were seeing before. And also, like the 1 in 25 kind of dropped. I mean, the 1 in 25 it's still not bad for 1 in 25. That's still selling for $400. But I mean, considering where it was at its peak, I mean, you kind of see where this book is right now. So look, I know we all have our opinions about Black Winter. I personally think he's coming back. I mean, Donnie Cates said as much that he will be returning. And if you kind of read his introduction, he pretty much established himself as a superior being to Galactus. Not a lot of players in the Marvel comics, can hold that fame. You have a couple of players like Thanos, and Thor kind of went toe to toe with him. Not a lot of people can say that they own Galactus. Black Winter did that in his first few issues. So the fact that he did that and then they would just take him off the table, I just don't see that happening. I feel that there's more to the character and there's more to be told. So and you just saw with the whole Venom 9 with Dylan, how people were scrambling during the week of Venom issue 200 to pick up that Venom 9. At that point, it was too late, and prices have already kind of skyrocketed to where it was. So don't kind of fall into the villain, because right now with the Thor series, it's kind of at an interesting point where no one's been talking about Thor, because I think it was on hiatus for like a month or two. I haven't really seen a Thor issue come out, I think, for a while. So the series is kind of on a bit of a back burner. I believe the new issue has an FOC, I think today, I believe. I'm not sure, but
I'm not sure either.
He will be coming back. I would just say, keep an eye out for this issue. I already, full disclosure, I have a couple of copies of cover. Actually, we could go to the next slide. So this is, I just put all the, covers that's available just in case you guys are aware. There's the zombie variant, which came out the same time as cover A. The 1 in 25 that I was talking to you about, that right now is about $400 USD. And then you have the late printings, second print, third print, fourth print. If you were to choose which prints to get, I would aim for the third print just because it kind of has Black Winter personification, I guess you could say, on the cover. So that, in terms of late printings, that would be the one that I would go for. But yeah, man, this is just one of those books that it will see its day in the sun again. Just don't be caught up in the hype when the news breaks out or when you hear, be ahead of the game on this one. If you're, look, if you don't care about Black Winter, that's fine. But if it's a character that you were thinking of speccing on, get it earlier than later. So.
Yeah, a lot of people are on that train, right? A lot of people, are holding on to their breaths with that tweet from Donny Cates, right? And with moving on from the run, he's doing other things. Like, who knows if he shows up in Hulk or, other places. I could see it going both ways, to be honest with you. I just don't know if I would spend $400 on that.
No, that's the thing. I was lucky with this one because I pre-ordered the 1 in 25 at my shop, so I got it for $30. So I kind of got lucky on that one.
Yeah, could be a nice jump if he comes back. I mean, we see how some of these things work, right? Like, they come back, the prices obviously jump, and we feel like these characters are going to be around forever, and look at Virus and stuff like that. So who knows? But it just as much as it could work in a positive, it could work in a negative, just like Virus, right? But yeah, I mean, you always want to be ahead of the curve, and you always want to buy when some of these keys are down in price. And this is something that's super down in price when you look at the numbers and things like that, where the book was a year ago. So definitely good work, good knowledge to put out there. Hype.
Yeah, thanks, man. And yeah, that's it. Yeah, that actually worked. Yeah.
Boom. So that is Sunday night, New Comic Book Day news and spec. We told you we had a little announcement to make. So I'll give Hype the floor. And yeah, we'll say our goodbyes and everything like that. But yeah, Hype, floor is yours, brother.
Yeah, okay, so oh gosh. So to be honest, I didn't want to say this live. I'd rather have just make an announcement, I guess, offline. But the deal is I'm gonna be off IG and YouTube for a while. I kind of have to deal with some stuff, I just kind of have to deal with some personal stuff on my own for a bit. So I'm gonna be stepping off of IG and YouTube for a bit. And look, I'm not one to kind of make these grand, big departure announcements. The reason I'm kind of doing it this way is I don't want, because with the internet and how it is, rumors circulate, and I'd rather you hear from the horse's mouth. This has nothing to do with Newbie, Face, or Keys, or any of the guys in the community. I kind of have to just, step off and, kind of. It's not going to be permanent, but it's just one of those things that I just have to deal with some stuff. So, these guys are still fam. I'm still going to be keeping contact with them, and I mean, you will see me back. But the thing is, I don't want to give like a timeline. I don't want to look. You could see me in a few weeks or in a few months. It's just that I don't want to give a set timeline and then basically not be a man of my word. So yeah, that's it. And listen, guys, I've been very appreciative of you guys and your support, and it is what it is. And thanks, guys. And this won't be the last time.
Yeah. So nobody cry, nobody blow up. The group is not breaking up, but unfortunately, life does happen. People have things going on. Hyper's got to step away, and there's nothing wrong with that. So like he said, he will be back. You heard it from the horse's mouth. So yeah, we'll go from there. And just respect what he's saying. I'm sure Hyper's not gonna like yell at you and be like, don't talk to me, I'm off. But like, give him this thing. Give him his time and his space because he needs it. So kudos to him. This is usually the time where I say, Hype, what do you got coming up on your channel? And he says,
sorry. I just want to clarify. Look, I'm not like I'll definitely still be reachable. It's just that like I guess I don't want like if you guys don't see me in the chats or on Newbie show, I just don't want to for people to kind of ask questions why. This is why I'm kind of doing it right now. I mean, I'm still going to be reachable. I mean, look, it's just that I won't be active like on IG, on YouTube as much as before, at least for the short time being. So yeah,
So heard it from the horse's mouth. So Hype, what do you got coming on your channel? I got 2 videos, but 3 are coming. More are coming. More stuff is coming. But yeah, guys, that was pretty much the announcement. We'll be back. We, as in me and Face, and maybe a special guest. We'll still be doing our show Sundays and Tuesdays, so don't worry. But yeah, Tuesday we'll be back. We're gonna be talking keys. You definitely want to pick up. So that show is going to be very interesting, especially because some of the keys that we're talking about, the prices are crazy, and you might be surprised at what some of these are going for, but we still believe you should be picking them up. So definitely tune in Tuesday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. What's that saying? It's not goodbye. It's see you later. So Hype, say goodbye. I'll see you later.
And listen, I'll end off on this. If you're too broke to buy comics, visit your local library.
All right, guys. See you Tuesday. Later.